Satati Sepo Waragasa
Feliciano po Kaikomana Haikovi Kenya kubatla mwana wabo yabo dumelela baitipa yabo dumelela kiosimuona yabo pala waraga pe waragasha Staseka kwarna li Ruby tibaki Ruby ketsa janto tsaka Ruby kile kawana le tibilen kamanika Highlands arbode bay rumelele telele jadon ke Messi kaitini gashogo two Highlands
Ngizothatha ke manje bembeke phansi uthini noPepe uthi noPepe igoli uthi noPepe igoli ngiyaxakeka ngoba phela baqale balimaza umdlali balimaze umdlali kodwa noPempe uthi igoli angazi noma ibonwe yimi kuphela size 1 lens.
As you can see the excitement on the other side, it's going haywire. Highlands Park are the victors of this encounter today, both games. Look at that. Highlands Park. Wow. What a long journey it is. Look at them, waiting anticipation, trying to load it. And it's them, Highlands Park, taking GDL. Well done to the boys. Truly deserve it. Look at the excitement, the joy. Quite thrilling for everyone. And it's them, claiming their victory, 2024. It is Highlands Park. GDL belongs to them for this year. They don't want to stop the celebration. They keep on lifting the trophy. It is theirs. They can keep claiming it. It is well work from the head coach, Baba Mguni. Working very well there with his assistant coach, Wayne Arienta. They did everything they could. Their hard work has paid off. And it does show off that hard work does bring good results. And this is what comes to glory, glory, glorious games of GDL.
Welcome to Football on 216. Mamnandu Mnandi, Maiguwe Iguwe. This is the ultimate guide to the youth development game where the present meets the future, driven by the youth game, the skill of today and the dreams of tomorrow. It's football for the people, by the people, brought to you by myself, Tandom Chako, and my brilliant panel of Development League experts. Episode 27. We've spoken about it that we're going to crown the champions, and today, finally, we've got trophies in studio. I mean, the guys have been killing me to have trophies in studio, so finally, we're going to sit down with winning coaches, Mohamed Bamji and Tiro van Rooyen, and then find out about Florida Albion. They've won the Under-19 GDL League. They won't be coming through, but they're here in studio, and we're going to chat all things good and the gentleman's conversation. Different starting lineup this time round. You'll see a Siswini to coach. Yeah, coach.
Yes, I'm all right, my man. I'm all right. I'm having two gentlemen on my side. Good wingers, I hope. Oh, okay. He's a defensive winger.
A defensive winger.
Yeah, and then Ora, how are you, man? I usually start with you, but why not?
Yeah, I can only buy the Tom Pabai, but when Horoha rages, so Horohi Raja.
He's here to stay.
Nelma Philovika Mantla thought I came to Melachona Lelona Moletila Humpino. Lapabedimungo, the time that we look
for.
And then Nandi for me.
No, how for me.
But he said it's a dark blue, It's a dark blue, I thought.
I don't know, guys, we never finished the Rapilens conversations. To the viewer, welcome back to Football on 216 every Tuesday. It's a good time. Magum Nandi, E. Pinking. Finally, we've wrapped up the Gauteng Development League after weeks and weeks, postponements and rain. In fact, there was even rain yesterday, but somewhat, Abegezelile, Amatota. And the league is finally completed then. We start with the Under-17 game that played. Tiro van Rooyen and his men had already wrapped up the job when they played up against Brandon Lowan's Under-17s. But it's not a clear-cut game, guys.
And so, like, Pili Motsamigo Simula Kibile coach Brandon. Ara Narotiking Lebza, today we're going to play. I give out to Diloko Morahu, you're not going to play the low block, Rabatena today. Like in the league, no in left, right, and center. Sundowns Sakora, 7 Sakora. Sundowns Sakora, 7 Sakora. So, in Ponti, 7 Sakari means like a Huleba Tamika and Rebuilder. This season, they are very different. By Dala Coach, I see Scopen Donor, by Tamika, by Nilitana. So, it shows there's growth within the team. But also, Mamelodi Sundowns, they showed who the champions. Yeah.
No, I think Sevens is a good academy, guys, because they have a good structure going, and with Coach Brandon, as you said, and he went pound to pound with Diros.
Yep.
And you know Diros caliber. They have good players at Sundowns.
Yeah.
And immediately once you sit back, my man, you're giving those players space to play, they will haunt you from 0 to 90 minutes.
Yeah, good will o kile wa tshwara kgang ya ga coach Lauren gore Sevens Academy ba na le identity e ba ile gore ba tshameka ka yone. I mean Lebza re bone e ne le moletlo wa dino maabane ntletse ke itumetse thata kgang ya e we tlhagisang gore coach o rile ba tshameke ga o ka lebela ditlhopha di le dintsi ba na le disrespect for Sundown. That respect ya Mamelodi Sundowns ga e ba berekele tsama o tshameke le Sundown. Randbeck could have punished Sundown. Bikile ra bana motshameko mongwe Eastern Athletic or something, they took the game to Sundown and then go etsa galang ba khona go fa Sundowns challenge. So ditlhopha tse di dintsi se nka ba rotloetsang sone ga le tshameka le Sundowns le balang gore le tshameka le setlhopha sefe tshamekang kgwele e itsageleng ka yona ka gore ke gone ka moggo le tlo fenyang Sundowns ba fetu gona le mfanong ba re ke Elstron
Jersey number
Well, no, 10.
Jersey number 13.
13.
Elstron re buile ka ene ka motshameko o emisiweng ko Randbeck mo bekeng tse pedi tse di fetileng mafelo a beke gape ke mmone ko Highlands Park ai ba fetu Elstron ya ka sefeso atla etse ai ba fetu
Wena since originalist blind umthole number tsa mfanele kwa tla mosana go ntsala ke FC.
ai ba ntsa la ke FC e recruiter beke le beke
Yeah, but coach, that's how you win a game, right?
Yeah.
Or that's how we want the Gauteng Development League to work. You've got to compete and play up against the best. That's what Sevens do.
No, 100%, Tando. And immediately once, like Ora has said, immediately once you sit back and you sort of like give them respect, they will definitely take the respect and give you the 3 point, they give you the goals you want because you are looking for goals. And immediately once you're looking for goals, my man, Sundowns will score. Ask me, I know. No, that's off topic. That's off topic.
No, what I like is that what you want from development football, two teams vying one in head for blow for one another. And Brendan Lowan and his team, they actually don't have anything on the cards. There's nothing in contention, but they play. Lebu quickly, there's a penalty by Lesego Mokai that they concede in Mamelodi Sundowns. Is there enough contact on that for a penalty?
Remember ntsala ke ha le mo teng ga box coach o tla e bua le ene kgang. When you inside the box, any touch, any contact e tla ntsala ke penalty.
But Mokai does this literally he guides the defender until Ayenzen.
There was contact. Bothata ke re contact in ile tabana if na dile yana then there was no contact then yeah. But now mo gare ga box the strikers they know coach. Gore bona ha ke ile go mo gare ga box anything if anyone la motaka gore there's contact penalty.
Even Tando, they even ask for it. They go look for contact. That's how severe things are nowadays because it's showing that you're not intending to actually engage on play. But immediately once you do that and the ref shows that, okay, it's fine, he doesn't engage. But immediately there's small contact. Even the striker can just engage it and they call it.
gape so se le tlhalosana la bua gore Lesego Mokai o dirile ya ne kutlweletse maloba ba re ga o ka bona motshameki a ya go refereeing a ba dira yana or a ba dira yana o itse gore go na le sengwe sa se dirileng wa itse gore wa itse gore so le Lesego Mokai gore a buisa matsogo wa itse gore no go na le phoso e leng gore
Players are always like that. Even us as coaches, we call things that are not even there. You have to just take your chance. You take your chance. You don't know what will happen.
Or 11, okay. No, and then finally, the under-19 division decided, and it's 2 times back-to-back champions. The silent assassin, Sfiso Mguni, is fired once again. He is a 2-time back-to-back Gauteng Development League champion. Well, that's after Kamuhelo Malefo spoils the party, guys.
Last season, Mamelodi Sundowns were faded number 2, Highlands Park, Kodimo. This season, Highlands Park again, Kodimo, Sundowns still chasing.
Even back in 2022, it was the same.
Same story in South
One, it's in the index.
Can we take it back and attribute it to Arsenal and Manchester City?
Yeah.
Because it's bitter, guys. It's bitter to actually come second 2 times in a row, actually 3 times in a row. It's not nice. But give flowers where they're due. Highlands Park, I've said it, guys. I've said it the past 3 episodes. I've said it that Highlands has a good structure at the back, and defense wins you leagues, and that's what they did. They defended very well.
Coach Obuaka defensive structure, they consider the least goals. Like Highlands Park, 15 goals. So it shows when I'm like, No, they have.
nka tsa gape le seo ke se bapisa le Wayne Arends ra itse gore ke motshameka morago wa maloba wa Mamelodi Sundowns o teng ka fo ke nagana gore maybe ka mokgwa ba katisang batshameki ka teng wa itse gore bua kaeng ga fa ditaelo go tswa ko bankeng a ke re o thusana jalo le ba Mokudi ga ntsha ditaelo ko bankeng le ga ba ikatisa wa itse gore structure sa defense tshwantse se nna ya ke nagana gore maybe e ba fa advantage ya gore ba nne le defensive structure e leng gore e popota ke bone surprise mo rena sa itumela man.
But would you be happy?
Would you be happy?
Not gore nka ba happy but
Yeah.
ka mokgwa ba tshamekileng ka gona like ba lekile tota o ne o bona gore makabana gore go na le sengwe se nne ba sa se dire sentle execution ya bona gore ke yone maybe e ne e sa itumedise mo katisi but ba lekile gone ba lekile le Kaizer Chiefs ba lekile gore ba tlalle Sundown 5 gore ba kae 3 points because of rainy wara run back ba zamile every team ne le ka go thusa Sundown mara ne tlo ba bothata ka ntlha gore Highlands ne se kitla.
Yeah, like because all the factors, like they just the gods wanted Highlands to win the Libs. Let's speak about the game now. First goal, I don't think Chiefs should concede that because Sumela is one of the smallest players on the pitch. He wins that header.
But ntsa la ke lebella molemo seemela ke ena tsang mo gare ga mpa le bana a ya kopile ka yone ne we na mang Kamva Moni we all know gore Kamva Moni is a very lethal striker ntsa la ke Kamva Moni wa kopile wa betsa ntsa la ke ba sireletsa ko morago ke a betsa morake the smallest guy coach
Gets the header.
like ya makatsa gore seemelo khonna is very short a khona gore a no sentse like ka jalo thano bua nnete no tshwana gore ba consider go le but again the tenacity ya gage molemo seemela from the middle ntsa like ay go pele ka yone and follow up wena coach go botlhoka gore ya go pele you must follow up wena mjikso anything can happen keeper kana sireletsa o ntse yalo keeper morake we shield the goal o te mo letsa le ka bana molemo a tsa gola ya tlanga le letloa ya leader e ba Mamelodi Sundowns.
Before Siago, coach,
Yes.
take me through the Malefo goal then. The build up. Chiefs equalize.
Ntsa like ke re buile ka Malefo phela ke international ba fete tshwana le mo kokosi mfete bo tshwana le bo GP gangster so Malefo ntsa like o bone gore there's a loophole in the middle of the park le bo Muswane he plays for under 17 of Mamelodi Sundowns but ka Sontaga he was playing mo gare mo on the under 19 so they saw gore ha ise a jele well with the team so Malefo a bona le mpokgetha so Sergio na kwetse mo gare mo le Malefo a etsa ntsa like ke bone ka build up ra ke go phela mfano lo phetla mo gare ga bone wa re o etsang ka thipa e bollo ntsa like
e kete thipe bollo e sega botoro
e dirang
Like a hot knife through pasta. Simply put, like a hot knife through pasta. Yeah.
tengwe ka tlhalosang the way Stambo Malefo a tsamaileng ka kgwele ka teng go na le tšhono tse pedi if ne le other player nga gore a re Stambo would have given up on the game because on the ball because go na le for after in between two defenders the ball gets stuck mo maotong a bone he twisted a khona tswa ka yone a ya kwa the finishing lips I mean go boleletse ka re the build up to that goal le wena le the way a tsereng shot wa gagwe ka teng ka la molema
the weaker foot ya
la
ga
molema
o tsile ka left
yeah agere le keeper na sa expecta gore aka shoota o bone le the reaction ya keeper ine le very slow.
Rivalry is international, and immediately once you attribute someone to an international pedigree, you are expecting them to perform to the highest level. How much you want it, they wanted it more.
O dirile debut ya ha go DDC Stambo Malefo mo November ka di 4 I think o dirile debut ya ha go
Did you
DDC.
see the lineup at Chiefs?
Chiefs very booty. These guys will never finish. If I let them go on, they will speak the entire 1 hour of the show. I've got guests lined up and waiting in football on 2 and 6. I've spoken about it. Mohamed Pamji, Tiro Van Rooyen, they're up next. They're the under 13 and under 17 winners of the Gauteng Development League. And they're going to chat us through their seasons, then their highs, their lows, and what it's meant to them to lift the league. For Tiro for the first time and for Pamji for a third. Stay tuned to the show. Coaches Corner on football on 2 and 6. Full complement of coaches once again. Although there's a bit of a discrepancy here. The two coaches that I have know how to win very well. Koska, I'm not sure about you, in terms of winning ones.
I'm actually coaching them to win, so.
Okay. No, good. Good evening. We've got Mohamed Pamji from Kaizer Chiefs under 13 and Tiro Van Rooyen. Tiro's the under 17 winner. I've got to show you the goods. So this is the Gauteng Development League trophy, under 17. Nice little trophy that the museum have come up with. So this belongs to you, Tiro. Mohammed hasn't bought his, unfortunately, but he's also a winner. He's got his medal.
I could not carry 3. I only got 2 hands. You know? So I just left it. Okay, it's safer to come with the medal, you know.
You've won too many. You can't carry all of them. Guys, let's get right into the conversation. Coach Pamji, 3rd successive, what's it, 4th successive league campaign this for you now?
No, not for me. For the Kaizer Chiefs structure, yeah, it's the 4th under 13.
What goes so right in that division, man, with you guys?
Look, I think what people don't realize at a team like Kaizer Chiefs is, yes, I might be the front face of the under 13 head coach, but there's a lot of work that's behind. If you look at our bench, we have the under 15 coach, under 17 coach, under 19 coach. Sometimes you'll find the DDC coaches behind us, and our support structure is very good. We don't just take it as an under 13 team. Everybody, when we have our weekly meetings, when we have our plannings, every coach sits and we discuss every division. So the help from the technical team and the ladies in the office is enormous. So I think that also helps with the success on the field.
So I have a bit of a story I want to tell you guys before I get to Tiro van Rooyen. So I'm not very good at football, right? But I've got my clan of friends, and we play indoor football out in Pretoria. So there was this division we played in Urban Fives, and we played against a bunch of SUNDOWNS guys, all dressed in SUNDOWNS kit. I wasn't sure who it was, only later to find out it was the Gauteng development coaches. Jeez, those guys made us run that day, Cosca. We didn't touch the ball once, man. You know, Selekedi Mukhalet, you wouldn't think he's good. Once they start playing, I think they beat us about 10. Tiro, that was unfair. That's what I want to say. You guys shouldn't have been playing in that division, right? But you're a serial winner, man. What's gone right this season?
Sure, I think as well, like Coach Pamji said, you know, just the support from the club, support from the coaches. Everything has been awesome this season.
Yeah, no, guys, I want to start with you, Coach Pamji. there's a big question that's on my mind to say that a lot of boys do not make it to the senior team because Kaizer Chiefs is a good structure. We all know that, and the country knows that. But what would be a challenge in terms of these boys breaking through the senior structures?
I think if you look at the current first team, there is a lot of boys that have come from the development. So I think in any structure you start, you know, to get the ultimate goal is to get players into the first team. And if we don't get players into the first team, then we must develop them good enough that they can knock on any other PSL door, any other professional structure. So not everybody fits through, gets to the senior team, but we need to develop them so good that if they don't make the Chiefs first team, they're capable of making other first teams around the country, or if not abroad. So it's very important, and I always say the first steps into the village is the under 13 steps. And when you get them there, they're 12, 13 years old, you're working with them for 6, 7 years before they're knocking on DDC, before they're knocking on the first team. So those steps are, for me, are very, very important. It's like in school when you start grade R and grade 1. You know, you learn to read, you learn to write at primary school level, and it takes it easier onto the high school. So ultimately at Chiefs, you know, we would like, our main goal is to develop players for the first team. But if whoever doesn't go into the first team, they must be good enough to walk in any other door.
Tiro, go for it.
Hey, my man, finally it comes home.
Yeah.
It comes home. So my question to you today is actually, like, how did it feel when you were smelling it? Because I know Ressa was actually giving you the run around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Renberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a very tough season for the boys, you know, for us as well, as support staff to the boys. But I think the most important thing is that you saw the boys' quality, you saw their ability, you saw their competence on the football field, you know, and it was just to get them very consistent this year, you know. So a young group, 2008 group, but I think they pushed through. I think the trophy represents the, you know, the consistency and stuff, but I think the quality meant that they can go through to the next division, which is under 19. So I think we won in that respect, you know, at least to promote players.
And then I'm gonna ask this question to both of you guys because both of you are blessed with talent. I know sometimes that conversation is had with the SUNDOWNS first team of there's lots of competition even in the positions, but in your small under 13 team, lots of competition there. You coach Kamuelo Maraleta, there's so many kids that could play in that position. How do you guys balance that and giving the kids the fair game time while also developing?
Look with us this year, it was a challenge. I don't know if most of you know when we started with very small squads. We started with 16 players. It's only second half of the season, maybe around July, August, where we started adding players 17 and 18. But the most of our season we played with 16 players. So we managed to get our minutes as fair as possible, as we can, based around the squad, the small squad. But we did have our challenges with the small squad also. With you have school commitments, you have injuries, so all these things happen. So there were pros and cons to it. But I would say we managed to get, try and get as equal minutes as to everybody in the squad, and that's maybe where the small squad benefited us in some aspects.
Tiro, the competition in your squad, man. There's Mswane, there's so many good kids that could play. How do you balance that?
Yeah, it's a tough question, to be honest. But I always think that the talent is there. I always think that when I watch them play, everyone wants to watch players like Lebo and them play. But sometimes the talent doesn't show up. Then there's a hard work in the team. So you have to always balance it. The team is talented, but there's a lot of hard workers in the team. But the main aim was to push the talent with the hard work this year. Because to get them to play for 90 minutes is tough, consistently, So sometimes the talent dips in the game, but the hard work brings them up. So I think just to have that balance, and I think that's how it works out.
Yeah. Speaking of balance, Coach Tiro, you recently graduated as a CAF-A candidate. Congratulations to that.
Thank you.
And I'd like to give props to also you, Coach Bamji, because you guys give value to the game, and it's rare to find coaches who are so dedicated and who are paying attention to detail. We had Selekedi here, and he also does the same. So, but my question to you guys is that how important is it for someone to actually equip themselves with such knowledge and also be informed with the latest trends? Because we no longer play a right back as a 2 now. We play a right back as a right back, or as a right wing back, or as an inverted wing back, if or even.
Look, I think for me personally as a coach, and we always state this, is Mr. Know-It-All wasn't born. You learn every single day. And if you're not learning every single day from your fellow coaches, from your people you're in competition with, and you're watching the game on TV, you're learning every single day. And that's what's important as a coach. And when you learn, and the game is changing every day, and you bring in those aspects into your training field and trying to improve your team. Because if you're not learning every day and you're not improving, and you're not, then you're standing on one platform, and other coaches are passing you by. And like I said, always today the games are easy. You got football 216. You can analyze every single game, and people don't realize how much time as coaches we sit and we'll watch it under 13 and under 15, and we learn about other divisions. But bottom line, as a coach, you and as a person, in any industry, if you're not willing to learn every single day and improve yourself every single day, then you're going to be stagnated.
Yeah, Tiro?
Yeah, it's the foundation, to be honest. When you decide to educate yourself, you build, you're putting down bricks for your future. So it's everything. It's not small. It's everything. It secures your future. You have to learn every single day, be a student of the game, and be hungry. To absorb things. So I think that's what we need to do as coaches all the time.
Yeah. Yesterday, all over the past weekend, you guys are sitting on completely different benches, right? We've spoken about your divisions. I want to quickly touch on the events of this weekend. Well, Coach, we've spoken about it in the first segment. Bamji, you're sitting on the Kaizer Chiefs bench that causes an upset against Mamelodi SUNDOWNS. Iro, what's the feeling like when the under-19s don't win it and they lose it on the final day, man? What's that feeling like?
It's a tough question. It's a mix of emotions. You feel more for the boys. I mean, it's such a good game. Chiefs versus SUNDOWNS. I mean, everyone's looking forward to games like this. The players look forward to it. You don't have to motivate these players. You could feel the energy on the ground. Even when the game was postponed and they were coming back, you could feel the warm-up. They are just tuned in, and to lose it on the last moment in the league, I say it's tough for the boys, but it's part of development, It's not always going to be sunshine and roses for the boys, So a good game against a good team, but I think for us as SUNDOWNS to get to that point, to always keep competing in leagues, I think that's the main idea,
Yeah. Bamji, what's the I know you're not the coach of that under-17 team, but you're there. You, like you said, that you guys use the conveyor belt. You're always there. So what was the words to the guys? Was it, go draw, these guys mustn't win the league? Like, I want to understand what the chat to was the guys.
Look, I think everyone's DNA, and Coach Sidiso was the head coach yesterday in the absence of Coach David, who's doing his B license. I think whether you Coach Sidiso or Coach Bamji or Coach David, the mandate at Kaizer Chiefs is simple. We go out to win football matches. And when you're playing against a team like SUNDOWNS, you know, we're not there to do favors. When you go out, firstly, we go out to play good football, and secondly, is to win the football match. So it's not to say we went to spoil SUNDOWNS' party or anything. We just went to win and try and win the next football match.
They did their job,
But that's what happened.
They did their job.
Yeah. No, guys, it's a good one, man. It's a good one. And I believe this rivalry started a long time, even probably before I was even born in Chando. But yeah. So, but guys, I just want to attribute it to the fact that the competition is so stern and it's so emphasized. Does it ever come to your nerves as coaches?
Look, I think when you work with such a big club, whether you're coaching the under-13 or you're coaching the senior team, there's always a bit of pressure. And there's always people out there that maybe, you know, want you to fail. And there's always pressure, you know. So, but in football and in life, we love to be in this pressure. I think if you like they say, football players love to play big games. Football coaches love to. If you could tell me you'll play SUNDOWNS for 34 games, I'll say no problem. Because those are the games you want to be involved in every single day, you know, because it's like Coach Tiro says, you don't have to motivate your players. That week at training, they're firing, you know. So these are, if we can get 34 types of games like that every weekend, we'll be happy.
Tiro, does it ever get to you?
Yeah, I think sometimes, you know, you're working for one of the biggest clubs in Africa, you know, so naturally there's a bit of pressure on yourself as well that you put on yourself because when you work for this institution, you understand the magnitude of it, you know. You can feel it all around you. So I think somewhat there's a bit of pressure, but you have to deal with it and you have to cope with it for your own progression. And I think, yeah, there's a lot of pressure, to be honest. Yeah.
Succession-wise now, guys, right? We've come to the end of this particular season. Bamji, like you say in the beginning, you can't bring 3-4 trophies. What does the future look like now for your teams, right? Like, what's the goal now for 2025 to both of you?
Look, for us, it's under-13 is to try and get as many players into the next age group, whether it's under-14 or under-15. And that's important. You know, if you look at last year's under-13, we managed to get about 9 or 10 players in this year's under-15 that were born to 2010, and they were regulars and they were starters, which is good. So our job as coaches, whatever division we coach, is to try and promote as many players to the next level. Because that shows that when we got them in January and we released them in November, December, there is improvement. They are ready to jump that next level. So I think we as coaches will feel satisfied when we have more players going into the next level to say, okay, no, at least the work we're putting on the training field is reaping rewards.
Yeah, Tiro?
Yeah, we hinted at it yesterday. Not yesterday. Over the weekend. We had a couple of 2009s in the team. Madondo, as a striker, he scored 2 goals. We had Tato coming in as a 10 and a winger. You know, we had Karabo Mohojo on the bench, and then we brought in Malinga on the right, a 2010 player. So I think we hinted there a little bit. So yeah, succession plan is good for us as well.
Coach Asvaling, if it's
Yeah, no, guys, it's always good and nice, but I just want to twist it around now. Looking forward to the next season. Are we looking to jump divisions, or are you guys staying where you are?
Oh, nice question, Coscarinho.
No, I think it's a very good question, and I think, you know, maybe it's not for us to answer those questions. Maybe there's hierarchies that need to answer. But as players, if you're a player, you want to go to the next level. As coaches, we also want to go to the next level, but we believe when the time is right, that jump will happen. But I don't think we as coaches or even players should be just satisfied being at one level. Because if you're just satisfied at one level, you're not going to improve. You want to challenge yourself higher and higher and higher. And when the time is right, I think God will give us that direction.
Yeah, Tiro, I want to see you somewhere, man. Hey?
No, I echo his words. I mean, players want to progress, coaches want to progress, you know, but it's all in God's timing and the club's will, I think, you know, and at the right time, when they think that you are ready, I mean, you'll make the move. I don't think they want to keep you down there and do the same thing over and over. If they see potential, which I hope they do, then they'll put you up there, you know. So yeah.
And I think they're watching. Management is watching. So yeah, guys, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, man, I'd like to see Pamji with a bigger group, Tiro with a bigger group. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, and not that it's bad to actually be down there, and you guys have laid a good foundation.
Yeah.
And for the other person to actually succeed, you guys will have to climb into big shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how do you win 3 now? GDLs, right? But speaking of winning GDLs, we're all about winners in the show. And well, for the next segment, we have the Gauteng Promotional Development League Trophy. Looks a bit different to this. We have the under-19 winners, Florida Albion. They're going to be explaining to us, similar to the coaches, from a player's perspective. Stay tuned, guys. Players Corner on Football on 216, and we've got the boys from the West Side stand up. Florida Albion, 14th Avenue. Or 14th Avenue?
Twana sase West.
But you had to do that. Okay, or else from the West, we've got that elephant out the room. But we've got another bunch of guests from the West, from Florida Albion, Khotatso Tulare, and Shaquille Smith. Their nicknames are Mahopa and Chairman. Why bagbiza Mahopa?
Bangbiza Mahopa because mangifika kwi-LBNA bebangifanisa noMahopa ne-style of play besifana naye yabo.
Oh, bebakufanisa noMahopa. Wow, bagboni. Shaquille, your nickname is Chairman, man. Where does the Chairman thing come from?
It's not much. All I can say is that because my father is the chairman, I am called Chairman. They call me Andy Lempisani.
Oh, goodness.
So is that why you get to be on a starting lineup every weekend? Because of your dad?
I wouldn't say so. But
I'm joking.
I would say most of the time, I haven't been starting more, but it's okay. It's all part of the process. But I'm there to enjoy football and play it. So all I can say is that I'm the chairman.
So these guys are the winners of the Gauteng Development Promotional League then. They unfortunately, so how it works, I think we've explained it countless times. You've got to, overall, your standings have got to meet you for qualification. So they've won their division, but they won't be joining us. But we thought Magumnandi Ipinking, a good player is a good player, and we want to speak to good players. Guys, let's start where your football starts right from the beginning, right? Khotatso and Shaquille. How do you guys figure out that you're good at football and that you like the game? Khotatso, masiqale ngawe.
It-iski ukuthi siyazi sonke ukuthi siqale estradini kwi-one pali. Yabona la, so sabona from one pali najoina ama-trends saya eBhucini, from eBhucini that's when I saw ukuthi ngine-potential abo-coach nabo from i-community nayo besitshela ukuthi ma-trends pushana izinto ezinjalo nathi sabona okay nayo indlela, okay then that's when we saw from there ukuthi
So one pal bo shy pal no tabukor.
Yeah.
Umnandi kakhulu ke Shaquille, when do you realize, man, that you could? I saw there's a picture of you and your dad. So one of you supports United when you were younger. Yeah. But when do you realize?
I wouldn't say I'm from small, about 5 years old. I didn't know anything about soccer. My father brought me up into it, and from there, my love for soccer built up a lot more. But all I can say is that football has been a love for me in my heart. I really enjoyed playing it since I was small, so it just built up from there. Can't say much about it.
Yeah, all right.
Guys, firstly, I would love to congratulate you. I know it's very hard that on the promotional league. And you guys are in matric now. I mean, you playing for under-19. I think this was your last season on the under-19, if I'm not mistaken. But what's the plan going forward now? We know Prestige, you play with Prestige. I know the Scarabo is playing for SUNDOWNS. He used to play for Prestige. Has there been any teams that come knock on your door to say, guys, we're interested in your services? Or what is the plan going forward?
I wouldn't say there's. I don't know much about the plans that we have going forward, but what I should say that there is bigger plans coming to Albion that we look forward to having. As a few clubs that came in. Yes, there is a few clubs like La Masia was there, but now they're no more with us. So it's just a lot of upsets, but we're gonna get back there. There's just a lot of ups and downs in the management, but we're gonna sort everything out.
Sure. Kuthatso, wena mfethu thina makuzo akho ufuna ukuzibona udlala va.
Makuzo wami mina ngifuna ukuzibona sengidlala PSL, if not PSL ngizibone sengidlala ku abroad, yeah, overseas ngizibone ngidlala ngala ngoba it's more important, it's more it's more about the players development more than career yabo.
Sure.
So about the goal, so yeah.
Okay, Mvana, you sent me such a nice video yesterday. So we've got 2 guys in studio, but really it's been the work of more than 15 guys playing, training, week in, week out. I wanna let you watch that video of the guys. You get to see all their nicknames and who the respective players are. Check this out.
Cracker, number 7. 50 days. Offense. Ramos. Sure. 0. Sub-Zero. Archon Diesel. Alva. Who's this? Chevin. Aye. Saza, Teraka. Saza. Aye. Just number 19, Mahopa. Even was smile. Oh, yeah. Aye. Just Trakasam. He's in Japan. Yeah, Petras. I need to catch our face too. Aye, come on up. Spitzer will feel for it. Over Ole. And now we need to cameraman.
So, Antona Zalachisa, Konabo Ramos, Sida. Where do you guys find these nicknames? You guys kill me. Okay, guys, no, all good. So, just to clarify, Khutatso, do you still qualify to play for under 19 GDL next year?
It was my last season this year. So I'm 19, 2005, yeah. So it was my last season, so yeah.
Imagine plan next 18, yeah.
Coach Bam bayazi. So go on, it's up, yeah.
You have another year?
Yeah.
So what's
I'm
the
very
last time?
fortunate of having another year with Albion. I'm going to enjoy it. Just have to push a lot more harder next year than this year, because we don't want to stay in GDPL for another year, so we want to push up to the first stream of GDL and actually enjoy playing with teams like Chiefs, SUNDOWNS, and actually compete with them and actually be a part of the management of the sporting that they have and that they provide is a lot higher than what we have right now.
I think Tando, it's safe to ask these boys this question because they know more young. I think they transitioning from being boys to men now. So I think it's safe to ask them, guys. I mean, we know not everyone is going to be a professional soccer player. Do you guys have maybe fine-tuned your minds to say, okay, if soccer doesn't work, then what's going to happen? How are you balancing that? Education-wise, is there anything that you are planning to do? I mean, combining it with soccer, or maybe saying if soccer doesn't work, this is the thing that I want to take, the path that I want to take.
We all know that soccer it's a big industry, so it is key. You can do coaching, analysis, so you can still partake in football in many ways.
He wants to be a chairman, you can see.
I would say it's a very weird question. I haven't thought about it as often as people might think, but I would say if football is I don't know what would I would do, where would I go without going with football? There's many places that many other players that gone, but they nowhere to be seen now because they left football behind and they became, you know what I'm saying? I could say drug addicts because they left something behind. But I would say if I wasn't playing or if I would quit playing soccer, I would want to go into some coaching stuff or fitness coaches and all those types of things in the background as well.
Okay, guys, tell me who your favorite players are. Makgopa, wena o frostana bani? Hey, Kgothatso, who do you model your game of? Who's your role model?
My role model ngizothi Hurricane, Hurricane, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, you striker Mfanagithi.
Yeah.
And you're nice and tall. You've got the build for a striker. How many goals did you score this season?
25 goals.
That's true.
25 out of 34.
Out of 35 games.
Yo.
Yeah.
Ah,
Amakgopa uyashaya. I'm ahead of
two coaching ndoda wase UK yabose
I'm ahead of kuphela.
ndoda.
Coach, yeah, yazi kumele aze eklabhini akhulume nabo coach management.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they will see a way forward.
Who's your role model?
Neymar. I would say Neymar. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really love the way he plays. He expresses himself with the ball a lot, and that's what I look forward in doing and expressing myself on the field. That's all.
How many goals did you score this season, or are you more of a provider?
I'm a provider, I would say. I wouldn't have so much goals as Makgopa. Yeah.
Oh, Makgopa scores, very.
Yeah, he put us on the map.
Kgothatso, this is not a defensive striker.
That's why I'm ahead of kuphela. But I think he's nicely built for a striker, Makgopa. I think, I give Makali if he's got like 25 goals out of 34.
Yeah.
Obvious, nama-agents ayangiprovide assist, cross, corners, izinto ezinjalo yizo ezingenze contribute-ile ukuthi ngibe nala magoli anginawo. As a team we build up ama-instructions from ama-coach, izinto ezinjalo, dedication. Otherwise I wouldn't have scored so many goals.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the top goal scorer here. Okay, and then tell me guys, next season in the GDPL, what's the idea then, right? What are some of the goals that you want to achieve? You want to motivate some of the younger players? Because like we said, 4 divisions, it's not just you guys winning. You need your 13s to win. So what does it look like, Chairman?
I would say next year is a very bright season. There's a lot of sponsors that is coming in and actually helping us now through all the stuff. Next season, I would say that it's going to be a lot different than this season. We want to get promoted into the first stream, but all I can say is that our under-17s helped us a lot this year. They scored brilliant goals that actually helped us get this trophy at the end of the year that put us where we actually are now. So it was really helpful from our lower divisions.
Okay, Ora.
Yeah, I think what he's saying, I don't know if you realize that how tough it is at GDPL. For the viewers that doesn't know at home, we take 4 teams, you have to have points, the overall points of the team. Not that under-19 has won the trophy like them, it's happening for them now. They've won the trophy, but they're not coming through. All the teams had to make it to the team. But I mean, firstly, these guys are in matric. I'd like to maybe ask them to look further than football. You know, it's something that I'd like them to do as well, because I think the focus is more into football. But I'd really like to congratulate them for winning the GTPL. It's not easy. And I want to wish them the best for their matric exams, because I hear they're going to write after year. So,
Actually, this boy's busy with them. Boys, just give me a quick one right before we end. What is it like playing for Florida Albion? I need you to just give a short snippet of Nyana to a young kid. He's watching, he stays in whatever Western areas or Rapeleng like Sabo, and he wants to play at Florida Albion. So I need you guys to just explain what it's like there, the culture, you know, the coaches.
It's a great feeling, to be honest, because at Florida Albion, we are determined because we consistent, discipline, hard work, respect. This is our team go to cool with Florida Albion. The coach is the hard work they put in us, the trust, believe in us. Yeah, their sacrifices they do a lot for players. Not some players, for the team. Yeah, it's really big, and this is I would see if Florida Albion will play here today.
Yeah, Shaquille, it sounds like a family. Yeah, I see those videos, I hear what Kotato's saying. It sounds like a family, man, there.
Yeah, it is, actually. Because I've been there for about 10 years or 11 years since I was small. I've grown up and realized that the environment has changed a lot, and it's a more homey feel to Albion. The coaches are you can actually, if you have a problem with anything in the club, you can actually speak to the coaches. The management will help you with anything that you need help with. It's very at home, you know what I'm saying? You can go at training and you feel so nice being at training and you enjoy it.
Yeah, no, good guys. Thanks so much for coming through, guys, to our football development show. So keep paying those goals and Fanagiti. But I like what Timer says, right? Explore those options after school, guys. There's lots of institutions where you can study and still play. Or you guys don't like studying. We're not studying. You don't like studying, ne?
I love books. Books are scalar.
You need to love books. Shaquille?
One thing,
Super sports schools, there's schools.
that's what I'm saying. I was gonna say that, you know, you have to be a superstar, but go to school as well. Super sport schools. You have to be super in sports and then go to school.
Yeah.
So we normally in this show we develop not only sports wise, but we advocate for some good education as well. And then, I mean, that balances off. I mean, if your grades are good, if you're doing well, and then you go play sports, I mean, they complement each other. So, boys, I think even after matric, you can join any institute, you can play University Cup, you get scouted there. Like, there's a lot of opportunities. So, you see, you have to be in the university to play where? In the University Cup. And then you can get scouted. I mean, you continue with your soccer career with education as well.
Instead of 25 goals, you'll have 25 marks. But in any case, guys, that's been Players Corner with the guys, Omakhopa and Chairman Khotatso Tulare and Shaquille Smith. Thank you, boys. Florida Albion may be the team for you. Perhaps you're watching this, you want a team, get in touch with them, follow them on Instagram, check out their websites, and perhaps it could be the side for you to join. But let's get out of the trophies and let's go back with my full panel this time and get their thoughts as we close the show. Football on 216. Hope you've enjoyed that watch. I think we've really got the insights that we've wanted from the respective coaches and the kids. I always love having a good players corner. We've got to hear from the boys from Florida Albion, Chairman Koninto Anangai Zimnandi. But before we get to the talking points with the guys to conclude the show, let's quickly reflect, guys. Tiro and Pamji.
Ntsala ko buile re tiro na simolla go gapa le ga o itumetse tota o gona go mmona le wena Mjix ka jalo it shows gore o e batla yang ya ka coach a buile re it depends on how you want it a wa e batla go tsa o e batla so it shows gore coach wa e batla le ga ntsela ka re itse gore season e tlang a ba go tswela pele go dominate go tla gona le mongwe o tle go tlang remember re matatantsa le bone ba e gapile last season akere a re itse ba tlo go batla go bua or ya but Sundowns high strong no
they're coming very strong and a good conversation with the two coaches, Menangula chairman, guys. The chairman can speak.
Hey,
yeah, but good conversations from both coaches, and I believe Coach Bamji deserves it because he has put in the work. Also, Coach Tiro, with his also pedigree, he also gave us good insights, and now we know what it takes to actually be the champion.
Be a champion.
Yeah, from the ground up. Yeah.
We're speaking
fact.
Yeah, we're not like a defect.
Fascinating how we're
But yeah, it's, I mean, I mean, Coach Bamji, not only pressure in the tata. We fencing or how dealing on I fenya happy. I mean, to hang with fella.
Yes.
Karuaka Coach Tiro, the most animated coach on the touchline. Always Hakim Olivella.
I don't know how many times he takes his hat on and not Tiro. I don't know how many times.
Yeah, I get it. No, Tiro Uberekile like right or Haile Capstate as Fampe Gatle. But una Tokasimoyana system uplift the mood. But I think overall under 70 it was a tight one, It was a very tight one. The Reboni Klopaditwana Lebo ran back battle for Yone. Boni Boresa challenging for it as well. But I go under 17. Ibulehile anytime, any year, Rekawana Slopasing Batla by Hap.
Let's stick with that age group, Rapeleng, the under 17 age group, because just this week they've announced the squad that's going to be going up to play in the COSAFA Cup. that's going to be played now in December. A preliminary squad, a big squad. But what I want us to talk about, you have a Highlands Park that's won the league. None of their players in the squad. Risa, Renberg, compete under 17-wise. None of their players in the squad. What does it take to make the squad, guys?
I get very controversial in this thing, but we don't know. Is it the influence ya GDL e etsang gore batshameki ba under 17 ba khone ba bonale kgotsa ga rena discount all over the country to check other players? How level last squad? It's Dominic Mamelodi Sundowns le Kaizer Chiefs. So I get tota I get gore go scout yang. Maybe re ka etsa sengwe re bitse mongwe wa di-scouts, maybe re bitse Aaron Mokoena.
Explain to us.
A tlo nna fa a re tlhalosetse gore ba lebelela yang batshameki a re itse.
Maranong potso ya ka e one. Who is scouting for the national team?
I think
Ke
Aaron
mang motho
The
o
person
scouta?
who's appointed is scout.
Who is yes, but now ke batla go itse gore who's appointing these players? Ke mang a choosang gore okay, ke tsa all because guys you all know Buffett Highlands Park they've got good players guys, you know. La itse bo ba teng mo London Samuel somfana wa
Yo,
mitse.
Egan Freeze.
Egan Freeze umfethu. Na di player go Highlands Park. So ke mang o selecting the players?
Guys, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, they're dominating development in South Africa.
100%.
Are we surprised?
and go lebelela like the KZN Academy le yone go ka lebelela gona le batshameki ba ba tswa go KZN Academy ba ya go Mamelodi Sundowns.
There's Ubuntu there.
Ya le
There's Ubuntu there.
Yeah, yeah.
Ubuntu le yone bo Stevens bo Makonono ba tswa go Ubuntu Academy ba ile kae go Sundowns. So
There's Cape Town City there.
But coach, I want to throw a spanner into the works then. You previously were involved at Risa. What would it mean to have just one Risa boy in that squad, man? Just change dynamic, boy, let's say 18.
Tando, I also thought to myself it was inevitable for them to actually be selected. But I'm also surprised and shell-shocked as you are because there are good players there.
Yeah.
And there are so many players that can be selected in that squad who stands a better chance to even make it in the senior team. In the senior team to compete at the highest level, but they are not even in the squad. So probably the selectors said, okay, it's fine, these boys are not good enough, and the ones that are selected are good enough. We can't dispute that, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't make sense for a team to lead the race and the league for several months and not even get one single player selected.
Why it go dira no yan, ne? It go dira so I know Chiefs Sundowns are dominating the league 100%. Yeah, no itlo dira batshameki ba le bantsi. They will dream of playing for Chiefs and Sundowns.
Good point, Lebo. Good point.
Understand? Because now if I'm playing for Highlands Park and ha ke bitswe, ya ring mo gonna. Okay, then it means I have to go and play for Chiefs or Sundowns. So now go etsaga ka Highlands Park. So that's why I get it. Yes, I understand. Ba dominate, yes, but now I mean one player from Highlands Nyana, one player from Resa, just mix to go be sharp.
All right, let's end with you. You know what MJ Matibula posted on social media? He's like, Apelele Machola wouldn't be playing for the national team if he wasn't at Mamelodi Sundowns. Similar to what Lebu's saying.
How ka lebelela reply ya ka go MG mo mafelo a beke ke rile wena etsa gore o lebelela football on 2axis because ke a itse gore kgang ene re tlo bua ka yone. A ke nagane gore ke kgang ya gore if Aphelele nasa ya a ke itse maybe ene MJ o bua ka letlhakore la gore wa itse gore o na le sengwe sa se itse se rona re sa se itseng gore batshameki ba go selectiwang go squading ba tswa go Kaizer Chiefs or go Mamelodi Sundowns. I don't know.
Something
wa itse se re sa se itseng yena.
something is happening, we don't know.
I will answer it. Or Rabosa Funugo.
No, ke se ke tshwa gape le ga le bua gore Mamelodi Sundowns Kaizer Chiefs. Guys, there's a lot of under 17 players mo South Africa. This is the national team. This is not a Gauteng team.
Yeah.
Ya ka gare lebeletse. So that's why o bona gona le bo KZN gona le. What about the provinces tse dingwe? Ga bana di structure tse leng gore di ka khona go tlhagisa batshameki jaaka re bona Gauteng Development League. Gauteng Development is it dominating the country na ka development football. Mo e leng gore if a le di scout o tshona ya gore bona batshameki. A kitse.
Did you see Khaleshiwe?
Yeah.
They have good players.
Kimberly, yeah.
They have
That
good
kid
players.
went to Sundowns now. That boy went to Sundowns.
They have good players. So we have to be holistic when we scout. And I don't know what are they doing there, but do they have a criteria that they stick to when they scout players? Do they have a mandate to say that, okay, we are going and covering the whole country, or are we covering a certain portion because this portion is the one that's competitive? We don't know.
We'll never know, I guess. But it's okay. It's our jobs here on Football on 216 to have the conversation, to ignite the thoughts, and maybe some of those lines will be clarified. But thanks for tuning in once again to your favorite place on Tuesday at 5. We thank our guests from Florida Albion as well as Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs for coming through with their insights and their trophies. And we wish them well. I know most of the teams now are prepping for IBA Cup. That's what's on most of their minds. So hopefully we can see if we can broadcast that, get involved in the biggest youth tournaments in the world. But until such a time, with my panel of development experts, Coach, thank you. You slotted in like a glove there. It was nice having you.
I'm here to stay.
Ja, dat is vies, hoor. Te steken.
You dance to say. No, but
So
Ora,
glad to say.
lips up. You guys know it, man.
Clean.
It's all love. It's all love. To the viewer at home, we do this for you. It's football for the people, by the people. We thank you once again for tuning in. Same time, same place next week. Okay. Until such a time, it's a cutting. Catch all.
Satya Tsefo, what a